Ready, set up.
Hey Cam, Mike Barber, Richmond Times-Dispatch. What is it about your side of the ball that you like? Where are the strengths? And are there any questions as you prepare for fall camp that you still feel like need to be answered?
The first thing, our front seven. Those are some dogs, especially at the front, the transfer with Kiko. Then you got Corey Flagg and Wesley. Those guys coming back with some experience under their belt. And then you got Akeem, you got Ruben, you got Najee, Jafari, LT, you got Branson. We loaded down there, and then Jerry coming back off of injury. I think that's the best group we have on our defense. And not to take nothing behind the secondary, you know, we got Devontae Brown coming in as a transfer, Daryl Porter, you know, you got me and James back there, and arguably best safety duo. So got some things going on for us.
Stay on the right side, Cam. Gentleman in the red shirt.
Kenton Gibbs with Locked On ACC. Cam, you alluded to yourself and James being one of the best safety duos in the country. So let me ask you this. Do you lean into that labeling? Do you lean into that and say, hey, we are the best, this is who we are? Is it something that you're like, it really don't matter, we just go out there and do our thing? And what puts you all at that level to where you are being mentioned amongst the most elite safety duos in the country?
We don't look at it. You know, it's one of those things you kind of see on social media, everybody on social media. So it's one of them things we don't try to buy into. You know, don't take away from our work ethic and all the extra work we put in together to make sure it happens. And it's not bad to be a part of that. You know, it's okay to be an underdog sometimes, but sometimes it's good to, you know, see other people recognize what you've been doing. And it just goes to show our hard work ethic. You know, all them late nights or early mornings, we get in there trying to get extra work to be the best safety duo in the country. So it comes all with that, and then production on the field.
Cam, left side, fourth row.
What's up, Cam?
How you doing?
So, Coach Cristobal played at Christopher Columbus High School, right? You know. Then he played, you know, at the University of Miami too. So, and then now we see this year, this upcoming class coming in, all players loaded with talent. How much does it mean to you, your teammates, the locker room, the fans that you interact with, to have a head guy in charge that is Miami through and through, all the way to the soil, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's great. You know, he kind of know the background that we come from in the Miami culture. You know, it starts all the way from youth football. Football is not a joke down here in South Florida. So he's one of those people that experienced that, and he don't let nobody forget it, but it's crazy about the Christopher Columbus.
Cam, question from the podium. Community seems to mean a great deal to you. Where was the sense of community and pride instilled? Who put that in you?
My parents, you know, and then just growing up, kind of seeing all the guys that's come from Miami Northwestern, and just even from Miami Boys Club, where I grew up and played youth football at, they just always found a way to give back. And then my grandma and my mother, anytime we had extra, we didn't have the most, but anytime we had extra, we found a way to give back. You know, if it was extra clothes, giving it to Goodwill, or just having some extra fries in the bag, and you see somebody on the side of the highway, you know, you just give them some food. You know, just every time you see somebody, a little kid, it could be a boy or girl, and they look up to you, and then it's just a thing that I made it out. You know, I ain't had the best situation ever, but I made the most of it. And it's just, you give those little people hope, you know, and every time you see a smile on their face, because most of the time when you're going around them, unless they around like teenagers, they don't know who you are. They don't know who Cam Kitchens is. So when you give back to them, you know, it could be a toy, it could just be a book, it could be anything. It just puts a smile on their face, you know, and you're just doing it just because you're a human being.
Thank you. Your last question will come to your left in about the fourth row towards the wall.
Cam, QCB, Fox Sports, Charlotte. For a while, the thing for Miami has been, you know, we're back. A lot of Miami faithful are waiting for you guys to come back. Well, for you being on the defensive side of the ball and knowing the history of all those great linebackers in college in Miami and went on to be future Hall of Famers in the NFL, what type of pressure is that for you being the guy on defense to help, you know, implement into the style of play and to get Miami back to where they need to be?
Of course, taking all the lessons from those guys, they always try to come back and give us notes on how to be great. And I think the biggest thing is just the physicality, and of course the playbook, knowing it in and out. I think it's everything, and just being in the film room and just being a student of the game. For the most part, those guys wasn't just waking up and just becoming that. So it's always about something they was doing extra, and that's all they try to instill in us, and Coach Cristobal too. So he always kind of mentions those guys like Dan Morgan, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor's kind of he put in a lot of work, but he was just different. But the other thing is, it's just, being a film junkie. That's what I'm trying to instill in my game now. Just making sure I can get better in any aspect of the game.
Cam, thank you. If you'll switch places with Matt Lee, we'll bring the offensive lineman up for about 5 minutes. And we will reset our microphones. Who would like their first question with Matt Lee? Matt, I will ask it here from the podium. Why Miami? You had choices. Why did you pick the Hurricanes?
I think there's a lot of reasons that went into that. I'm from Florida, by Orlando, near UCF, my previous school. And growing up, always liked the Canes, always liked the U, everything about Miami. I wasn't a direct fan, but being from Florida, you kind of see all that stuff a lot. On top of that, I got a lot of family ties in Miami, and then once I got a chance to go down and visit, do an official visit, and really get to know Coach Cristobal, Coach Mirabal, TVD, other guys I got to meet, it kind of became a no-brainer, the work ethic, the discipline, the type of guys they are, the type of guys I am, or the type of guy I am, and what I want to be a part of.
Thank you. To your right, fourth row, red shirt.
Kenton Gibbs with Locked On ACC. You are a part of that special transfer class as far as offensive linemen that Coach Cristobal has talked about and whatnot. And seeing some of the struggles that Miami had last year offensively, a lot of those can be traced to a lack of health or a lack of production from the offensive line. How do you see yourself in the transfer class being brought in, positively impacting that? And basically, what would you say going forward is like, hey, this is what I know we can hang our hat on and be our identity as an offensive line?
Yeah, I think me and Javion coming through the portal, but also guys like Jalen Rivers and Inez Cooper and the new freshmen, Francis Mayo and Samson Okalola and a couple other guys as well. We're tough. We're going to get after it. We're going to work as hard as Coach Cristobal and Coach Mirabal, push us on any given day. And we just got to hang our hats on being the toughest, meanest guys on the field every single snap, every single game. It doesn't matter. Always be able to rely on us five, no matter what.
Matt, again from the podium, you continue to grade high, and you had multiple accolades in your last stop. So with all the grading of high and the things that you've accomplished, what's left there to accomplish? It's a devil's advocate question, obviously.
No, I mean, the accolades and all that stuff's cool. I don't really care about that. I want to win games, right? I want to win conference championship. I want to go all the way, all that comes with that, because individual stuff's awesome, but it don't really matter. All that matters is the team, winning the team, going as far as you can get the team to go.
Saw a hand up in the very back. Is that a question that we have, or are you saying hi to somebody walking in? No, I think we want the microphone. Very back, Matt, last row.
Justice Miller, Legacy Maker Sports. Since you already have all of these goals that you already have in order, with all of the achievements that you've had throughout your seasons, what is the legacy that you want everyone to know you for, know about you, as far as what you do after football season? So what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind, and what do you want people to remember you for?
Yeah, probably just a work ethic, disciplined guy. Out of high school, I didn't have really any offers at the FBS level. I had a couple, I had two of them. Under-recruited, not really appreciated throughout that process. And then throughout college, I kind of built that repertoire up. And, by the time I went in the transfer portal, I could have gone pretty much anywhere in the country. But I've always prided myself on being the hardest worker, most disciplined, most mentally focused, and understanding of the mental side of the game. Yeah.
Matt, thank you. You can trade places with Tyler. Tyler Van Dyke will be the last Hurricane with us over the next couple of minutes. Hands have gone straight up in the air. So, Tyler, we will go right side, young lady in the green jacket.
Tyler, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. My name is Katrina Sacken with Sports and Culture Media. Last year we spoke, and I asked you, what are your plans for the future and upcoming goals? And you said, hey, we are focused on this season. We are focused, here and now. That being said, what are your goals for this upcoming season? If you could give me a tangible list, what's on that list?
Yeah, last year didn't go as planned. But yeah, it's a new year. I think everything happens for a reason. You go through times of adversity for a reason. So yeah, we're just looking forward to this year, taking it one day at a time, staying focused in the present. And our goal is just to win. Just take it one day at a time, as I said, and just win.
Tyler, right side, gentleman raising his hand high in the air.
Tyler, Jesse Coger from PlantandSpirit.com. Back to the question I asked Coach Cristobal. Talk about the new offense for a second, what it is about it that excites you to elevate your skill set to have a great season.
Yeah, the thing I love about Coach Dawson's offense, I mean, you guys saw what he did at Houston. Threw for almost 4,000 yards, or did throw for 4,000 yards, over 2,500 yards rushing. But the thing I love about it is the freedom he gives the quarterback, changing run plays to a pass play, pass to a run, giving receiver routes based on what the defense gives you. So it just gives the quarterback a lot of freedom. It allows you to put the ball in the hands of the playmakers. That's my job to do. So yeah, I'm very grateful that Coach Cristobal brought Coach Dawson in, and I'm excited for this year.
Stay on the right side. Third row.
Hey, Tyler, Chris Idell from Herbert Radio in Baltimore. Miami is known for great quarterbacks, like Bernie Kosar and Dorsey and all that. Have they ever talked to you and got you ready for the season? Have they gave you some good pointers?
Yeah, I've heard from a few of them. I mean, the one that talks to me the most and texts me the most is Bernie Kosar. He texts me all the time, gives me great advice. He's always down at campus watching practice. He came back for the alumni dinner, and I talked to him for a while. Always giving me great advice, as long as with the other quarterbacks too. So yeah, I've looked up to him a lot. I mean, he's had a long, successful career. So he's a guy that I look up to a lot.
Going to hang out on the right side for a couple more questions.
Kenton Gibbs with Locked On ACC. After the Middle Tennessee State loss last year, you talked about like, hey, this benching was a thing that I take and I learned from it and I moved past it. And, in that moment, I understand that it's like a very quick fire off, like, hey, you learn from it and move forward. But after having time to reflect on it and being a little bit further removed from it, what specifically did you learn from that moment or from that valley of like, this is probably the toughest moment of my college career? What did you learn from that?
Yeah, it was definitely tough. Everything went the way we didn't want it to go. But yeah, looking back on it, those next 2-3 weeks before I got hurt, that was some of my best games. And I think that happened for a reason. I think, all the adversity that came to me and came to our team, made us push through it. And, I'm still here, still love being a Miami Hurricane, and I think it made me a better human being and a better football player.
Tyler, about 2 rows behind him, he's got a red laptop facing forward.
Tyler, Joey Palermo, WQOU 90.9 The Light. You've heard a lot of legends' names be thrown around in this conference, and most, if not all of them, have had the honor and distinguishment of having the C on their left shoulder. What does that mean to you, having the C on your shoulder this season?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have the C's. We have a huge group of leadership council. We have 13 guys, which grew a lot from last year. Last year we only had 6. So the thing that I'm proud of most about this team is a lot of guys stepped up to become voices of the team, become leaders. A lot of people grew in the right direction. New guys like Matt, Branson Dean came in, did a great job of just coming in and being an older guy, being a leader to the young guys. So yeah, being a leader of the team, along with some of these other guys, it's special. We set the direction of the team. We had to show the young guys how to do it, show the new guys that came in how to do it, and it's on us to win games. So.
Left side, Tyler, all the way in the very back.
Justice Miller, Legacy Maker Sports. Is there any pressure for you this season, considering you had 2 conflicting seasons previously? How are you going into this season?
Yeah, I mean, just stay focused in the present, not worry about our Boston College game at the end of the year. Just focus on Miami of Ohio in the beginning of the year. Focus one day at a time, one practice at a time, one throw at a time. Just keep working to get better. There's a lot of improvements I worked on over this off season, and just trying to focus on that, trying to make the team better as a whole. So, yeah, just focus one day at a time.
Tyler, thank you. Miami, good luck this season. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Folks, Louisville's due up in the room at 1:30. Again, the Cardinals at 1:30. Thank you.